Guys, the circus was so entertaining yesterday. Jeffree Star's act was so funny because he tried to retcon reality. By that I mean that he lied through his teeth about everything, hoping that we wouldn't notice. Hoping all of us were born yesterday. Well, guess what, Jeffree Star? All of us noticed, and the people who still support you choose to ignore your lies. I will point out every inconsistency I saw from the beginning to the end of his video. But first, subscribe, because if my channel ever goes viral, you'll be able to say you're an OG. We're already at 62 subs.
Now, I've been silent for a very long time. I know that's very rare for me. I've taken a lot of time to do a lot of self-reflection. Now, in the past, I've been very guilty of speaking out of anger.
I highly doubt it takes 2 weeks to think before you say something. You're a grown man. Heck, you're a businessman. I doubt any of the companies you worked with before would wait 2 weeks for you to get your act together. We're not idiots. We know you waited this long because you wanted things to cool down. You knew you were gonna get dragged through the mud with Shane, so you stayed quiet while he took all the heat. Embarrassing.
I've spent a lot of time realizing why I do certain things and why I do the things that I do. And today, there are no excuses.
There are no excuses. But later on, he tries to use the Black Lives Matter movement to divert attention from himself and blames the fact that he falsely accused James Charles on rumors.
When I filmed my video called Never Doing It Again, I meant every word in the video. Did I slip up? Am I human? Have I done some fucked up things? Of course I have.
In his Never Doing This Again video, Jeffree Star claimed that he was done with drama. Yet when he went on the Mom's Basement podcast months later, he brought up the drama and even said that he had a voice note where someone says James Charles sexually assaulted them. He didn't have to talk about the drama if he didn't want to, but he clearly wanted to, since he even offered to play the voice note to face Banks.
This is exactly the same thing that happened before, right?
It's actually not.
What?
So if you want, we can pause and I can go in another room and play Banks, what I have on my phone, and he can determine if he would have sent the same tweet.
You know how some people peaked in high school and all they can talk about is their high school days? That's what Jeffree Star sounded like when he brought up the voice note and the Bi Sister scandal. It wasn't a little slip up, it was him breaking his word and enjoying it because he probably never meant anything he said in his other video. His Never Doing This Again video is BS. That man loves drama. He's part of the biggest drama of the year. I don't know why he stands by such a display of how fake he is. Why can't he just admit that he hasn't been living up to what he said in his Never Doing This Again video? Is it so hard for him to admit he was wrong?
For everyone saying Jeffree's gonna be coming with the receipts and we all need to get ready to forgive, that is the opposite of who I am. I know I'm dramatic, I'm crazy at times, I'm outspoken, but at the end of the day, that is not who I am.
So he throws around predatory allegations, keeps lying about having receipts, and supports a quote-unquote alleged P-Redditor, but that doesn't say anything about who he is? Then how do you want us to judge your character, Jeffree? Do you want us to judge your character by your words? There's a quote from Beowulf that says, "A man is measured by two things, what he says and what he does." Jeffree Star has proven time and time again that he's an awful person, both with his words and his actions. I can't believe he has the audacity to open his crusty lips and say that the things he has done don't reflect who he is. The things you do and the way you do them say a lot about the reason you do them. That reason sheds a light on your character. Does Jeffree not understand basic human behavior and personality? Shoulda gave your psychology class the same energy you used to make your eyebrows so thin.
I know this may sound shocking coming from my mouth, but when you accept that you are the problem, you can become the solution.
No wonder you're still the problem, because I haven't heard you take accountability even once this whole video. All I've heard so far has been, I've been quiet because I'm impulsive. I meant every word in the video I made saying that I don't like drama, but have taken the opportunity to bring up drama whenever I can. I've made some mistakes here and there, but they've been made because I'm human and not because I'm a terrible person. My actions are not who I am. I haven't heard anything that hasn't been contradicted.
And I've definitely put myself in the victim mentality before when I knew I was wrong and I didn't want to admit it, I wasn't ready to, and I was too insecure. But today, there are no excuses.
He claims he used to have a victim mentality, but later in the video when he quote-unquote apologizes to James Charles, he says that people behind the scenes fed him misinformation. He paints himself as the victim of rumors and gossip when he was the main one accusing James Charles without proof. Don't say that you don't act like the victim anymore in the same video where you act like the victim.
But this is my real life, and a lot of things that are happening and being said are false.
Again, the audacity of this man. Many of the things people have been saying have been proven to be true. What could be considered false are the speculations, but they're generally not presented as facts. They're labeled as speculations up front. I think he's referring to that K-pop tweet they photoshopped that was going around, but that has nothing to do with what people have been holding Jeffree accountable for these past few weeks. Grouping one false accusation with solid facts just so you can call it all false is ignorant and pathetic. How about acknowledging the things that are true? No? Too hard for you?
When someone else tries to take someone else down or their career and it doesn't work, you can't just take a few more down with you. That's not how life works. We have to all take accountability for our own actions and no one else's.
The wording he used here was very sketchy and specific. I think that he's trying to separate himself from Shane Dawson's backlash. So Jeffree has no problem talking like him and Shane are one unit until Shane is being dragged. What a great friend. Shane Dawson is your friend and business partner. How do you expect people not to bring you up when he's being dragged if you guys are supposedly so close? Plus, you both played a role in what sparked a lot of this mess, the bi-sister scandal. So of course people are gonna drag you too, Jeffree.
And that's what I will continue to do. And if I don't, please fucking remind me.
He said to please hold him accountable, yet he deactivated the comments.
Now, I know that I've had a very hard time doing that in the past, and that will not be happening again.
Bro, it's happening right now. You're not taking accountability for the horrible things you've done and will blame other people for the false predatory allegations you put against James Charles in a few seconds.
Now, did I mix myself up in drama? Did I speak on things I shouldn't have speak on? Of course I did. Did I believe certain things instead of asking the source? Did I...
But you were the source. When people said that they thought James was a P-Redditor, they cited you, Jeffree. You were the one who claimed he had receipts. You didn't sound like a middleman. You sounded like the one who held all the information. Now all of a sudden it was someone else?
I would like to personally apologize to James Charles for the words that I've said and for my actions. If I was really close with someone, I should have had the ability to just simply call them and ask and say, hey, these were the things that were being said to me. Instead, I didn't. I let people really gas me up, get me going behind the scenes, and I really fell for a lot of things and I got caught up in the hype.
Translation, I'm sorry other people made me do that to you. It's not like I could have kept my trap shut or kept my thumbs off my keyboard or not lied about having evidence. We're both the victim here, James. We should both try to heal and move on.
And I think that James and myself and anyone involved would agree with me that there are way bigger issues happening on this planet. I know that some people may, Jeffree, you're just saying this as a distraction. Jeffree, no, reality is here. Now, Breonna Taylor still has no justice. Black trans women are being murdered every day and the news is silent.
Elijah McClain
has no justice, and the countless other people who are murdered every single day while everyone just goes about their business.
This was the most disgusting part of the video. Using Black Lives Matter to shield themselves from criticism, very low. There are bigger issues in the world, but we can focus on many things at the same time. No one has dropped their whole life to watch this drama unfold. People have still invested their energy into signing petitions and calling for justice. Just because they do that doesn't mean that they don't have time to call you out. He says he's not trying to shift the attention from his horrible behavior to Black Lives Matter, but that's exactly what he's doing.
I've never blackmailed anyone in my life.
Did he completely forget about the voice note he was always weaponizing against James Charles? Does it even exist at this point? Blair White and Tati said that it does exist, but who knows if Jeffree Star fabricated it? That was speculation, by the way. I thought Jeffree Star kept that recording behind the scenes so he can blackmail James Charles with it later. Many people in the beauty community are afraid of Jeffree Star, presumably because he has something to blackmail them with. Plus, this clip still exists.
Dirt on everyone, and they know to keep their mouths shut.
I've never committed a crime before, and I've never been to jail.
He's actually allegedly been to jail 3 times for assault, and he has said that himself.
I've been to jail 3 times for assault, just so everyone knows.
There's also this post where he said he went to jail. Why did he lie about that? It has nothing to do with anything, really. His lies are confusing.
Now, Shane Dawson. He is one of my best friends.
Still best friends with Shane, but when Shane was being dragged, he was dead silent.
Alright, now, no matter what narrative anyone tries to spin of me, I am so fucking proud to own an inclusive makeup company. Since I opened my doors in 2014, I have created products for everyone. Any product, shade, or formula I've created has worked for any race, gender, and most importantly, I want you guys to remember that all beauty matters.
His brand is inclusive with an owner that called black women rats, called Jackie Aina a gorilla, and allegedly frequently uses the N-word. Shut up. You don't care about making people of color feel included. You just want to sell product.
I will always use my platform and my voice for good.
What an empty and broad promise. As we've seen so far, Jeffree is the same person he was before. How the heck will he use his voice for good when all that comes out of his mouth is trash? I don't care how much money he gives away, Jeffree Star is not a good person. A good person would take responsibility and try to change for the better. Jeffree has done neither of those things, and even more if you saw through that eventually when they dropped him.
But I always stick up for what's right, and I always will. Now, sometimes it can be misconstrued for drama.
There he goes again, implying that we made up everything he's being held accountable for. If you want to do that throughout the whole video, then what's the point of making a video in the first place? You might as well write a fan fiction where you're the good guy, Jeffree. I mean, Anna Todd made Horrible Heart in the love interest, so I bet you can make yourself the hero, Jeffree.
But the message was always that no, you have to do right in this industry.
Whatever. You climb to the top with your controversies and drama. All publicity is good publicity, and you've greatly benefited from that. Don't come over here and claim to believe something you don't even remotely live by. Those words sound hollow coming from your mouth.
Now, I just want to say thank you to everyone out there who has been supporting me, DMing me, messaging me, and just showing so much love. I know that sometimes it's not popular to be a fan of me, to be my friend, but it has been so much for all the ride or dies and the millions of people who have just been waiting for me to come back.
If Jeffree was really sorry, would he be thanking people for supporting him while he was being a terrible person? Shouldn't he be telling them they shouldn't have defended him during that time because he screwed up?
What is next? You guys know, Jefree Star Cosmetics will never be slowing down, and I'm so excited for everything that is coming for the rest of 2020.
Guys, he's sorry, but not sorry enough to go without mentioning his future launches. This is the worst quote-unquote apology that I've personally ever seen. I don't know how he's such a good businessman, but such a sloppy liar. I think he might have a lying problem, because how do you lie so much about things that you don't even need to lie about? Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Bye.